Polycrates, the ruler of the island of Samos in the 6th century BCE, is one of the most famous tyrants in the history of ancient Greece. His reign was marked by cruelty, cunning, and extraordinary luck, which allowed him to consolidate power and create a mighty state. However, his personal fate was filled with mysteries, myths, and secrets, and Polycrates became the embodiment of the ideal ruthless yet successful ruler whose luck seemed to have no end until the very end. Rise to power. Polycrates was born on the island of Samos, one of the Greek islands in the Aegean Sea, and, according to ancient Greek sources, he became a ruler after eliminating his rivals and solidifying his power. Initially, he was one of the leading members of the aristocracy and began strengthening his position by maintaining friendly relations with other Greek city-states, including Athens and Sparta. But when he came to power, he had to use ruthless methods to suppress opposition and ensure his own security. The Tyranny of Polycrates, luck or conspiracy. One of the most striking features of Polycrates' reign was his extraordinary luck, which, according to some, led to his downfall. He narrowly escaped death multiple times in the most dangerous situations. However, this very luck became the subject of numerous speculations and myths. One of the most famous stories associated with his luck is the legend of his ring. According to the myth, Polycrates owned a ring that brought him success in everything he undertook. At one point, Polycrates decided to rid himself of the ring to test his luck and threw it into the sea. However, after some time, the ring was swallowed by a fish and later returned to him, symbolizing his unshakable fortune. But this luck became the subject of rumors that it might not have been purely random, but linked to secret powers and conspiracies. In one source, it is claimed that Polycrates' luck was not just a matter of fate, but connected to his secret relationships with certain cults and magical practices that allowed him to manipulate destiny. Conspiracies and mysteries. Although Polycrates' reign brought prosperity to Samos, it was also shrouded in mysteries and intrigues. Polycrates was known for his cruelty and political cunning. One of the most shocking stories is related to him having murdered his own brother. According to pseudo-Skylax, Polycrates sent his brother on a distant mission that seemed harmless, but was, in fact, a trap. The brother was killed, and the truth of his death was never revealed. This crime became one of the topics for further theories about Polycrates' ruthlessness and his willingness to go to any lengths to maintain power. Additionally, rumors circulated that Polycrates actively employed spies and intelligence networks to control any form of opposition both on Samos and beyond. He was known to have maintained secret alliances with other tyrants and aristocrats, which helped him consolidate power and make Samos an important economic and political center. However, these actions raised questions. What went on behind the scenes of his alliances with various rulers, and what kinds of agreements might have been made to ensure mutual benefit? The legend of his death. As with his reign, the death of Polycrates is surrounded by myths and mysteries. His tragic end occurred in 522 BCE when he was betrayed by his ally, the Persian king Darius I. According to Plato and other ancient authors, Darius, dissatisfied with Polycrates' excessive power, orchestrated a conspiracy that led to his death. According to legend, Darius, knowing that Polycrates was bound to his luck, decided to strip him of this luck by sending him to almost certain death. He lured him into a trap by arranging a shipwreck, during which Polycrates was captured and killed. Interestingly, some sources claim that Polycrates, so sure of his luck, did not take the threat seriously and failed to take steps to secure his own safety. Some historians believe that his death was inevitable, as he had lived in a world where his successes seemed too perfect and unchanging. Legacy. The tyranny of Polycrates left a significant mark on history. He became a symbol of how cruelty, cunning, and luck could coexist in rule. His reign was a kind of bright moment in the history of Samos, but it also served as a harbinger that no tyranny lasts forever, and that too much luck inevitably leads to downfall. There are many myths, theories, and conspiracies surrounding the personality of Polycrates and his reign. He became an example of how a rule based on personal strength and luck could be, on one hand, successful, but on the other, doomed to eventual collapse.